In some of our previous videos, we discussed one of the core principles of the grip. Basically, I will hold the gun just with the middle finger. If I focus on my wrist stiffness, I'll just stiffen my wrist. Observe how this gun will behave during the recoil. Only with one finger.
What's your name?
I received some comments, yeah, but CZ is very easy gun to shoot. Then I did a video with a 1911 chambered in 45. Only one finger control. 45, one more time. And again. And again, one finger, guys, one finger. Then I received other comments that 1911, it's also very easy to shoot, even if it's chambered in 45. Okay? Check this. Yes, that's a golden Desert Eagle chambered in 50 cal.
The fact that you've got replica written down the side of your gun. And the fact that I've got Desert Eagle .50 written on the side of mine. Should precipitate.
So for your information, just a small comparison. That's a 9x19 para, and that's 50 cal Action Express. See the difference? I smell some power here. The Desert Eagle is a gas-operated semi-automatic pistol known for chambering the 50 caliber Action Express, the largest center-fire cartridge of any magazine-fed self-loading pistol. Magnum Research designed and developed the Desert Eagle. The design was further refined by Israeli military industries, which later commercialized its small arms branch under the name Israeli Weapon Industries, also known as IWI. The Desert Eagle has since been produced in 3 versions, Mark I, Mark 7 and Mark 19. The primary calibers that this handgun is offered are 357 Magnum, 44 Magnum, 440 Carbon, and the most powerful of all, the 50 AE. The .50 Action Express 12.7 by 33 mm is developed in 1988 by Evan Whildin of Action Arms and Bob Olsen of Olsen Development Laboratory. The 50 AE is one of the most powerful pistol cartridges in production to this day. The Desert Eagle has been featured in more than 600 films, television shows and video games, making it one of the most famous firearms in popular culture. The commercial success of the handgun is due in part of its use in numerous Hollywood productions. So let's see if the TPC principles will be equally applicable in more powerful guns. What do you think? Let's find out. Alright folks, so Desert Eagle, a golden one, 50 cal Action Express, shooting with one finger. One finger, guys. One finger. Easy peasy, like a kid's play. Alright, so one more time, we're emphasizing the application of biomechanical efficiency, one of our core principles that we teach in TPC. Wrist stiffness, the spring steel effect. Now, with a 50 cal, that golden Desert Eagle, stiffen the wrist, one finger, guys, again, one finger. And the gun is returning back to sight alignment, like a charm. And a control pair on a steel target. Pretty smooth, huh?
You lucky bastard.
So, as we preach many times in TPC, the core of our doctrine is based on a passive management of the recoil, and that makes us less equipment dependent. Doesn't matter what kind of gun you use, doesn't matter what caliber actually it's chambering. If you create the friction, if you apply the biomechanical efficiency, if you set your stance in a proper way and you just move the trigger finger, the gun will recover back to the sight alignment. The stance will contribute obviously to recover that sight alignment back to the same point of aim. As we said, focus on the application of the principles, not so much on the specific techniques. We are individuals. We have a different body shape, strength, skeletal structure is different, the way how the mind actually is processing the information and our nervous system also differs. But if you focus on a proper application of the principles, you're able to have a proper control on any weapon.
Now.
Hey, hold on a second. Remember, more hot skills, less cool gear. Focus on the actual skills, guys. Till the next time. And obviously, if you like the video, please like and subscribe and share with your friends.